World War II, a global conflict from 1939 to 1945, changed the world forever. This war, which involved more than 30 countries and resulted in significant global upheaval, was one of the deadliest conflicts in human history. The war's origins can be traced back to unresolved issues from World War I, economic instability, and the rise of totalitarian regimes. It started when Germany invaded Poland on September 1, 1939. This aggressive move by Adolf Hitler's Nazi regime was a blatant violation of international agreements and set the stage for a broader conflict. The invasion was swift and brutal, with German forces employing a strategy known as Blitzkrieg, or lightning war, which involved rapid, coordinated attacks using infantry, tanks and air power, prompting Britain and France to declare war on Germany just 2 days later, on September 3, 1939. This marked the beginning of a long and grueling conflict that would engulf much of the world. The early years of the war saw a series of rapid German victories as Nazi forces overran much of Europe, including France, Belgium and the Netherlands. The D-Day landings in 1944 marked a turning point in the war. On June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched Operation Overlord, the largest amphibious invasion in history, landing on the beaches of Normandy, France. This massive and meticulously planned operation involved over 150,000 troops from the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada and other Allied nations, as Allied forces pushed back against Nazi Germany. The success of the D-Day landings allowed the Allies to establish a foothold in Western Europe, from which they launched further offensives to liberate occupied territories. The subsequent battles were fierce and costly, but they ultimately led to the weakening of Nazi Germany's hold on Europe. In the Pacific, the war ended after the US dropped atomic bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki in August 1945. These bombings were unprecedented in their destructive power and had a profound impact on the course of the war. The devastation wrought by the atomic bombs led to Japan's surrender on August 15, 1945, effectively bringing World War II to an end. By the time it concluded, over 70 million lives were lost, including both military personnel and civilians. The war caused immense suffering and destruction, with entire cities reduced to rubble and millions of people displaced. The human cost of the conflict was staggering, and its impact was felt across the globe. But it also paved the way for a new world order. The end of World War II marked the beginning of a period of reconstruction and recovery. Nations around the world worked to rebuild their economies, infrastructure, and societies. The war also led to significant political changes, including the emergence of the United States and the Soviet Union as superpowers and the beginning of the Cold War. From the ashes of conflict, organizations like the United Nations emerged, aiming to prevent future wars. The United Nations was established in 1945 with the goal of promoting international cooperation and maintaining peace and security. The creation of the UN represented a collective effort to learn from the mistakes of the past and to build a more stable and peaceful world, aiming to prevent future wars. The lessons of World War II continue to resonate today, reminding us of the importance of diplomacy, cooperation, and the pursuit of peace. As we reflect on this pivotal period in history, we honor the sacrifices made by those who lived through it and strive to ensure that such a devastating conflict never happens again. Learn from history. Khan.